on today's episode of The Real DJ Show.
I remember the days when I was actually counting how much an envelope cost in my college of business store.
No, you have 30 more seconds.
Can we start that one over?
You can't start it over.
Why not?
What?
Because it's a podcast. No one's your answer.
You can't just start over the whole point
Yes.
this time.
Oh, hey.
Why is it? She said that to me in that tone for, I don't know, we've known each other for 10 years.
Oh, hey, it's Kristen and Cassie from Rochester Wedding Magazine.
And you're listening to The Real DJ Show, and you should really listen to us.
Because we know what the we're talking about.
So this is how Setup Wars works. Mickey is going to show us some pictures of some DJ setups. Now, these are not people you know, so you don't have to hold back. DJs from across the country have sent us pictures of their setups. Some of them we got from Google Image Search and other places. Now, look, we're going to be nice, right?
We're going to be honest, I think. And that's really because, the whole way for us DJs to learn is to hear feedback. And DJs, quite frankly, if you can't honor feedback, you got some other issues going on. So
yeah, man.
Yeah. So this isn't about like, hey, send us your stuff so we can just cut it up. It's just honest feedback from a whole vast of wedding experience that I'm looking at right now.
And that's the point, right? We want this
point.
not just to be an echo chamber of DJs telling other DJs their stuff is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that you're not learning anything from that. Sometimes it's about hearing uncomfortable information from people that are in the know that are going to tell you the way it is.
Right.
And as their intro said, they know shit.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, it's not about hearing the bad stuff, but if you hear some good stuff,
That's great, too.
give yourself a pat in the back. You should hear that, too.
All right, Mickey,
Let's
give
hit
us setup number one in Setup Wars. Okay. Interesting. Guys, what do you guys think about this? First impressions of this DJ setup.
Well, the balloons need to go.
Could be a birthday party. To be fair,
Yeah.
who knows? We don't know.
We all have that balloon
I
artist
like
that
the
walks
table.
over and
The
put those balloons on the
tabletop's
table.
not bad. I like the simple, but
For me, look, there's a lot of exposed technology here, right? So there's a lot of cables. It looks like he's got separate mixers and decks. And there's a lot of cables kind of running, just sitting on top of a table.
see, we can't see that. From
Yeah,
the
you got to
start.
lean in.
I feel
with that.
like
I know. To be fair, it's small picture. You got to lean in. But I think that this DJ would benefit from some kind of even a simple tabletop facade or something just to cover his wires. Even like folding a linen really neatly and putting it across the back of the decks, so you don't see all the cables. I think would be important. Look, but they did take the time to cover the bottom of the tripods. I think DJ 101 is cover your tripods with something so you don't see the cables running down the speakers. They've nailed that. Now, look, I am my personal opinion, I'm not into white stretch fabric, light underneath in any capacity. I think it's a little bit of like, hey, look at me on the DJ, which I think that's not what we're there for. But look, the person covered this up, covered their tripods. I appreciate that. I don't see any cables on the ground, so bonus points for that. Rich, what do you think?
All right, so yeah, and actually, this is the first picture we've seen in a while that actually still uses the table. We've seen a lot of standalones and
Individual furniture
pieces. Yeah. So that white light behind me or behind the DJ is kind of annoying. So if it's annoying to me right now, it might be annoying to a guest. So I might want to like a sconce.
You think that is a sconce?
I think it's on the wall. I was trying to figure it out too. I
think it's a
actually
venue thing. I don't think it's a there
I think
thing.
it's just the angle of the picture.
I think
was
what I would
taken,
do
too.
would be to maybe unloosen that light bulb and actually turn the light out, right? So
I'm sure.
So there is a lot of I suppose technology here. So I mean, if you're trying to better yourself as a DJ, people form their opinion based on appearance before you even play a note. So quite frankly, if you're trying to get out of the bowling alley DJ-esque type of appearance, you've got to cover your gear. And I think a tabletop facade would work great.
Yeah, something.
I'm not into the lighting the speaker stands. I think the stretch fabric is good. Nice attempt on to cover the cords and whatnot. There's no banner I think the elevated laptop stand is pretty crisp. I think you just need to cover up the exposed tech. The last thing, speakers are a little uneven. I would get rid of the balloons, regardless of who put it there, even the client. But there's exposed stuff in the back, so like a backpack, change of clothes, whatever that is. Just just get it out of sight, out of mind. So,
all right, guys. On a scale of 0 being the worst and 10 being the best, and you can have decimal points, give me a rating on this.
4.5.
I was going to say a 5.
I say 6.
Wow, Theo gives it a 6.
I also don't like that it's white and black. Like, you got to choose a color scheme and stick with it.
So I appreciate, like you said, they covered the tripods and they covered the cords and things like that, but then they're also accentuating the speakers like, hey, look, we have giant, gaudy speakers. Please direct your eye directly to them, which is...
Yeah, I think anything directs it. So I'm with you. I think this... Look, the person's tried to cover things up. Yeah. And, hey, look, I see plenty of DJs out there that put nothing on their tripods. This is a 4.5. They've tried.
4 for me.
All right, Mickey. Set up number 2, please. A lot going on. All right, guys. Initial impressions of this.
Way too busy.
Looks like a small city.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure...
It's an interesting venue. I like the venue.
I'm trying to figure out because it's outdoors.
Sure. It looks like one of those grain
bistro
towers,
lights.
like a farm tower
like a
thing.
rock wall in the back.
Cool.
Maybe.
I like their, that they're covering things up, but the speakers are huge, are gigantic, and I feel like they're not evenly placed. Nothing is evenly placed. It's not evenly, and maybe it's the angle of the picture, but are the towers like one tower right behind? The spacing of those towers are way off too.
Yeah, spacing on everything, right?
Yeah, everything.
The towers,
like one speaker
the facade.
They forgot to center and kind of. I look at everything and I like everything very even, and that would just. I wouldn't stop staring at it all night and not in a good way.
Yeah, we could blame the picture, but there is a symmetry thing here that's I feel like it's not
slow
happening.
off for sure.
What do you guys think?
It also depends on, again, like what the venue, because this venue to me would seem kind of like rustic, the shabby chic, maybe, but and then you're bringing in these stanchions and things that are
really
super industrial that don't really fit in. So
that's
that's hard though too, because you don't necessarily know what kind of wedding or what they're going for. So
it's too colorful.
I love how you brought that up because
knowing where you're going.
We need to know where we're going. You can't bring your arsenal to every single venue. It's just not applicable. I mean, it's a clash. It's clashy.
That's the first thing I thought too. Is that this looks like one of those grain towers, like farm. It's corrugated metal. There's a rustic thing going on here, and this person brought the industrial, the raw truss. I mean, some people like the look of raw truss, meaning those towers that don't have a cover on them. I don't think that's ever applicable to a wedding, frankly. And this may not be a wedding. I don't know. This could be somebody's graduation party or whatever. But I think that there's it's not matching, right? The vibe of the venue to like all this raw industrial truss. I think, look, for me, facades that are white, that you put a light behind, you're not accomplishing anything on the dance floor with that. That is simply a, hey, look at me, I'm the DJ, which the feedback that I get from high-end clients that want to spend a lot of money is they hate that.
Yeah. It's got to be simple.
Look, one of the things someone tells me, like, hey, how do I start charging more? Don't make it about you. Like, our setup here at Encore is black on black and disappear. And, I think when I tell that to our clients what it looks like, I get a lot of head nods, like, whether they thought about that or not. Psychologically, a high-end client, I think white stretch fabric, light behind it is doing nothing but saying, hey, I'm the DJ.
I think there's just too much going on right now.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that they have subwoofers. So the only unknown, I don't know what the venue is, how large it is, right? But it might seem like that will be overkill.
Yeah,
but I can't make that determination because I don't know the size of the venue. But what I can say is, in my opinion, I just think there's too much going on. There's purple uplighting. You got the industrial look, Cassie, that you had talked about in what looks like to be like a rustic space, only because, that restroom sign and that light fixture up there. You got the spinning pukes on top of the truss in the back. You got those moving lights over there. You got white moving lights. I mean, all of that on when it's dark out, my gosh, I think I'm going to go into a seizure.
Yeah.
It's just overload.
Yep. All right, guys. So let's do a score, 0 to 10 on our friend here.
3.
Wow, so you like this less than the last one?
I like it less than the last one. It's just not mine.
I don't know. That's hard.
It's the unevenness. I just can't. I can't
Yeah, you
get
like
over it.
symmetrical,
I like
yeah.
very symmetrical.
I'd say 4.
Okay.
I'll go with my cohorts then. I'll say 4.
So we have 3
Yeah.
4s. Actually, frankly, I like this a little better than the last one. There's things about it that personally I don't like. I'm going to give it a 5.5 because they've made an investment in their trade and they have good gear. I can tell it's good gear. There's some style things that I would challenge. But yeah, so what did I say? 5.5? That's what I said the last one.
Yeah, you said 4.5.
4.5.
This is a 5.
4.5.
This is a 5.5.
5.5. All right. So I like this. I'm gonna give them credit based on that. This is a good idea for the truss towers and stuff. And subwoofers, pretty. I don't know what brand. Doesn't matter really. Pretty solid speakers. But I'll do 4.5.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, I'm bumping up. I'm bumping up over here. They did make a big investment.
They
Yeah.
did.
And they definitely, yeah.
There's some stylistic choices. I mean, you could take that same gear and tweak a few minor things.
Yeah.
And I think it
And
could look
maybe-
amazing.
It
Yep.
would look good in like if you're going to,
Like a
disco
loft.
or like
Yes.
Loft space.
I do want to make an observation. I know we're going long. That stool better not be for the DJ, or
Oh my
you
God.
better have
You're
a
fired.
medical note from a doctor
Yeah.
saying that you need that stool.
All right, Nikki, last one.
I like that.
I did too.
See, it fades away. I like that.
Yeah, when it's dark in that room, you're going to see the room, not the DJ.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys, initial impressions of this.
I like it. I think this is. I gotta get back on it.
So, as to the last one that we were just referencing, the uplighting of the venue as opposed to the DJ equipment is definitely a positive. You want to feature
Absolutely.
the space, not yourself.
Everything's symmetrical. It's black. It's very clean. I'm all about clean looks. You want to showcase the venue, not yourself, and you also don't want to be this. Yes, you're the spotlight of the dance floor, but you're not the spotlight of the wedding. That's
Totally
the bride
true.
and groom, of course. So I actually like this one. I like the simple color lights too.
Good stuff.
Theo?
It's a lot of gear, but it doesn't stick out.
Yeah.
It's a nice dark blend.
You know what's great about this is when it's dark in this room, that DJ is going to disappear, which
Yep,
is
you're
what
not
you
gonna
want to
see, yep.
accomplish. In my mind, this is totally clean. You know what's so funny is the gear that this DJ is using is not totally dissimilar to what the last DJ did. So sometimes it's not necessarily about the gear; it's about the application,
Right.
like how you use it.
I like they cover the towers. They
Well,
blend.
those are
Right.
speakers too.
Are those speakers?
Those
too?
are speakers.
Yeah, I mean, so
You got 2 highs on top of a sub.
it's
Yep.
it's really clean. It's again
tops,
a
excuse me.
person after my own heart. That it's not about the DJ. They use blackout stuff instead of white and uplight. And like Cassie said, the title of her book that someday I'll be her book agent on is "Light the Venue, Not Your Stuff."
Yeah.
Yep.
I love how it's all crisp and clean, and the corners are laid out. I mean, the cables are taped, backlit the real estate behind you. That's super important. I love the facade, very clean. Just a couple of safety things. I don't know from the picture. Those are 2 highs on top of a sub. Are they secured? Get some guests. A little worried about those juniors on the floors.
Oh, I just missed those. Get those things off the floor. Lose points for that.
I just caution about so much lighting. I don't know that we need all of that lighting. You
Is
have
that
2,
6 moving heads, like 2 little ones and 4 big
1,
ones?
2, 3, 4. I see 4. But
Okay.
you got some uplights, you got some moving globes, and you got those juniors which are going to go all around. You're going to start getting that bowling alley,
At least
man.
it's not a tree, though. At least it's not a
It
lighting
is.
tree.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need all that. So
I'm with
use darken out the juniors when you're using the globes and vice versa. But that was good.
All right, guys,
Best
give
one so
give
far.
everything a score.
8.5.
Whoa, here we
We'll
go.
with a 7.5.
There it is.
This is definitely the best one we've seen so
Agreed.
far. This is a very
Agreed.
solid 8. Would have been an 8.5 for me if there weren't light fixtures on the floor. This is a solid 8. Really good job.
Yeah, 7.5 for me. Good
All
stuff.
right, that was Setup Wars.
In the books with
Thank
an
you,
awesome
guys.
panel.
Weddings in
Ladies
New York,
and
we
gents.
appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us.
We love
Thank
you
you.
guys.
See you guys
Absolutely. And by the way, how do people find you?
Yep.
If you just
promo.
go to weddinginnewyork.com, and New York is spelt out.
Awesome.
That's it.
Very good. Well, we'll see
We're
you
going to keep
soon.
your boss for a different show.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You can
guys.
have them.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of Setup Wars, where you bravely submit your setups and our panel gives them a score. Blow up the comment section below of what you thought of this week's setups. And if you want to submit your setup, email us at TheRealDJShow at RochesterDJ.com. Of course, we want you along every time. So like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the little bell so you get notifications of all our new content. And if you want to see the episode in full where this came from, check out the link in the description below. We'll see you next time.